Do you know what I like to do when I get my new Montgomery set in the mail? I like to look at some baseball cards. Hey guys, I have to ask you a question. Those of you who are members of the Montgomery Club, I did not get a complete set last year, and I don't know if I was supposed to. Did they send them out? I got one every other year I was a member, and I'm just curious. Did I get skimped? Alright, this is going to be kind of a double whammy. Triple whammy. It's going to be a triple whammy. So I want to do a few things. First, I want to show you a super rare card and a super rare set and feature a really good player from the turn of the century who you don't hear a lot about. And secondly, I owe Aaron a follow-up video for our match game. And so I'm going to incorporate that here. What I'm going to show you, a few things that are items that he has challenged me with. So first, I want to show you this card. It is the only one graded by PSA or by SGC. PSA has only ever graded 7 cards in this entire set. They didn't even grade all the players. And they don't have any that they graded more than 1 per player. SGC has only ever graded 11. Most of them are 1. The most graded one is Home Run Baker. And the second most graded one is Christy Mathewson for SGC. But this is the only graded one for both of them. And this is Ginger Beaumont. And this is what they call the 1911 baseball bats. Now the baseball bats were similar to the 1910 orange border cards. And they were a licorice. And so there was a box that came with licorice in it, and this was on the outside and you would cut it out. Similar to the orange borders. Now these are listed as 1911, and some speculate they could be 1912. I actually believe they're from 1910 also. Ginger Beaumont here did not play in 1911 or in 1912. He retired after the 1910 season. Doesn't mean they couldn't have included him later on, but they had so few players on these sets. It'd be hard for me to believe that they would have been including players that weren't playing any longer. Regardless, these are among the rarest cards in the hobby. Now I want to tell you a little something about Ginger Beaumont here. First, he was nicknamed Ginger for his hair color. He was the very first batter in the World Series. And he was a speedy, good hitter. He led the league 4 times in hits. And once he accomplished the incredible feat of going 6 for 6. He got 6 hits in 6 at-bats. And none of them left the infield. He was one of the top center fielders of that day. He played for my Pirates, led the National League in hits 3 times, once in batting average. He had a knee injury, and the Pirates traded him to the Boston Americans, and it hindered him, but then he came back and led the league in hits for a 4th time. So a good player you may never have heard of, and a fantastic rare set you may never have heard of. And I have 2 cards of his. The other is a T206, and this is a Sovereign back, for those of you into backs. Now, the baseball bats was a set Aaron challenged me with in our match game. And the other thing he challenged me with was a 1952 Dixie Lid Premium. Now, this is what a Dixie lid from 1952 looks like if you never saw one. They were on the cover of Ice Cream. They were ice cream lids. Not on the cover. They were ice cream lids. And they made these in 52 here. They also made them in 1954. The sizes can vary a little bit depending on the size of the ice cream. Those are from 54 there. And this is what the Dixie Lid Premiums look like. Bob Feller there from 1952. They are not common by any means. Now I'll throw a challenge back on you, Aaron. You ready? These are the 1938 Dixie lids. And in 1938, they also had premiums. Here's the Bob Feller Premium from the 1938 Dixie lid set. And of course, 1938 is the year of his rookie card. And you have Bob Feller there, known for throwing the heat, posing like Rosie the Riveter. Just needs a bandana on his head. Flexing that arm. Hey, that's what I have for you. If anybody knows about the Montgomery Club, did I get gypped last year or what? Hey, thanks for hanging out with me.